Hello, welcome to Voice of London TV. I am Genevieve Amasewa and
Nana Osagyefo.
And can the two people that I see on the screen introduce themselves? Or will you introduce them?
I'm Teddy. I'm Teddy Amofa, based in London. Yeah.
Oh, wonderful. Nice to meet you, Teddy.
Doc?
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. I'm John Bramensa. I'm based in Accra, Ghana. Yeah.
Great.
So it's nice to meet you guys. So today, before we came on air, I just said to Nana that there are some serious issues that are, or should I say, stories, issues, investigations that are going on presently in Ghana, the reset of Ghana. And it's mind-boggling what is happening. The other part
Hello. Hello. Please, I'm sorry to interrupt you. Your camera is off, so we cannot see you.
Okay, we are resolving that.
Okay, sir. Can continue.
Oh, our camera is off, but you can hear us.
Yes, we can. Yeah.
Right, so we can continue, then hopefully we'll come back on. So
okay,
it's mind-boggling what is going on. I mean, the doctor is in Ghana and Ted is in London, and I guess we all know what's happening. So today we wanted to analyze what is going on, what people are thinking. Can you believe some people don't even believe it? They still think it's propaganda from the NDC. So some of the areas that we thought that we'll discuss today is the alleged, I guess, would you say accusation? What's the legal word?
Alleged is okay.
Yeah.
Stick with alleged.
Yeah, the alleged looting, stealing of the NSB, National Signal Bureau, which is Adu Buahine. So I mean that's what I mean. That is serious. I get.
Yeah.
And then the other one that we thought we'd talk about also, the National Service. That was she the director?
Yes.
Okay.
So the National Service give to Owari.
Yes, and that's an interesting one as well. That's to do with the ghost names, and it's quite interesting.
Yes,
I'm sure our special guests on the screens will also will be able to share some more light on those.
And the other big one. Today you used the word because I think I saw on TikTok. I'm not sure whether there was an NPP person that did that, where the containers got wings.
Flying.
I mean,
flying wings of the containers. I never knew containers
had wings.
Fly.
So this
only in Africa and Ghana.
Yeah. So this is the ECG containers which has vanished. 1,328. Cannot be accounted for. But we did see on the news that they found some containers. Did you see it?
Yes, I understand.
In a garage somewhere.
Yes, owned by some Chinese.
And an Indian. So the ones they saw in the garage, was that owned by the Chinese?
No, the ones that they saw in the garage and the Indians were the one that has been sold to them.
I see. So those were sold.
Exactly. So who were the middlemen? Who are the politicians behind that? We need to go to the nitty-gritty of that. But let's welcome our learned reporter from Ghana, traditional name Nana Yao. Nana Yao, can you officially introduce yourself to us? Hello, can you hear us? Our special guest? Okay, I think we are not linking Nana Yao well. Okay, so let's just go with the first one.
Okay, so let's go with the first one then. So the first one was the Adu Buahine.
Yeah.
27 houses. $7.9 million. and he's also got some houses in the UK. Apparently bought in Mayfair. I'm not sure if I heard correctly. Don't quote me on that one. But we live in London. We know how expensive houses are in Mayfair.
Yes.
So let's discuss this. They have seriously.
So
let's discuss that. I've got my views.
Let's go to Teddy. Can you hear us?
Yes, I can.
Yes. So like First Lady Genevieve was saying.
What's the analysis on Edubuahin?
The analysis, the latest from Edubuahin, and we all know that he's being investigated and charges to be brought against him. The siphoning of millions of US dollars into his own private accounts, and then disbursing those accounts into creating a 27 gated housing facility and all that. Teddy, your views on that? And how can we curb corruption if it is true? We are alleging at the moment because everybody is innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. And even though the state is on its heels, is currently a suspect. Teddy.
Under the rules of natural justice, I think the Attorney General is whipping up sentiments against a person who hasn't been found guilty by a court of law, and he hasn't even got the right even to answer charges. And if you ask 99% of Ghanaians who listen to the interview, the briefings of the Attorney General, it means the guy is as guilty as hell by public opinion or news by the media. But until the courts, only the courts. 1 second, please. I'm afraid I'll have to call back. I'll call back again.
Okay, let me. Okay, call back. Let's go to Dr. JB. Your views on that?
Hello. Okay. Yeah. Good evening once again to you and my fellow panelists for the opportunity. Actually, when I heard the news, I was actually so shocked. Yeah, flabbergasted beyond description about what happened. This Adubuahin, that Adubuahin we're talking about, his brother was the deputy minister of finance, and his brother deputy of finance was caught on a nasty, telling investors that if you want to come and establish bank in Ghana, you have to go and see Bawumia and give Bawumia $100,000 as bribe or appearance fee, and Bawumia is going to give you the support to actually establish bank. They are brothers, and their father is Mr. Adubuahin, who was the flag bearer of MPP in 1992. Actually, what happened is that the NSB, which is the National Signal Bureau, was formerly called BNC, Bureau National Communication. So he also wanted to register another company called BNC something. So it's the same name. So being the director and also the signatory to the account, when the money came, he transferred from the account of the BNC to another account also named BNC. So I think the officers and the auditors couldn't suspect. That money was actually used to buy a software from Israel, and that software was actually meant to intercept calls, monitor calls, to provide national security. For example, if terrorists are planning to invade the country or cause mayhem, they can use that software to actually intercept their phone calls. What this man did was to transfer the money from the account of the BNC to another account to BNC, which is owned by him and his wife. And he bought 27 houses in one day. Can you just imagine the level of greed?
Was it just in one day?
Yes, he bought 27 houses in one day.
And nobody stopped him. Nobody questioned him.
And I will not be surprised if that house he bought also belonged to another MPP fraudster cartel. So if you look at this level of greed, how monies are being stolen left and right and center. I think Ghana will have gone a long way if they're able to actually find a way to stop this level of corruption and greed.
Yes.
Why can one person do that? I think Ghana can go a long way. Concerning the ECG and the what
Okay, we'll come talk. We'll come to the ECG.
Okay.
Let's stick with Dubai now. And let's welcome our learned colleague and reporter from the shores of Accra. Nanayao, can you introduce yourself, please?
Yeah, hello. My name is Nanayao. I actually go by the name Yao the Podcaster.
You go by the name?
Yao the Podcaster.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the podcaster.
Then Yao, you must be very popular as a podcaster in Ghana then.
Yes, my YouTube channel is actually doing well. My Spotify and Audio Mac. And
yeah.
Apple Play as well too. So
sound is a bit low.
You can look it up.
Okay. Don't worry, the engineers will sort out the sound. Okay, Yao. So what's your take on the Edubuahin Bruhaha?
So what I think is he has been very deceptive, because you cannot stand in a pulpit or you cannot stand in public places and tell people that AB equals to C when your formula of getting AB is actually not that way. I feel the whole problem about Africa, let me generalize it, is the perception that my whole problem with Africa is the perception that people feel or people assume that can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Yes, we can hear you.
Hello?
Hello, you can hear you.
I don't know if you can increase your voice a bit.
Yes, people feel or people assume that. Yes, people feel or people assume that. Yes.
You can hear you. Please talk.
Yes, I can hear you guys.
So talk.
So people feel in African politics, right? People feel that leadership is a monarch. People looking at his history of politics, his father being the flag bearer of the MPP party in 1992, he feels he's entitled. Whatever he did is a result of the feeling or the perception of entitlement, which is very wrong. You know, if you are being put in charge of a nation's resources, you are mandated to use those resources for the purposefulness of the nation's benefit. You cannot buy 27 houses in one day. You cannot buy 27 houses in one day and feel you are rich. He actually thinks he could have gotten rich overnight, but he forgets the notion that whatever you do in the darkness comes to light. So I feel this is what has happened to him. And I feel
can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you hear me? So I didn't hear that he bought those houses in one day. Couldn't anyone? It's crazy. In this country, the banker would have stopped them, would have questioned.
Africa, Ghana
Isn't there something the banks? Didn't the banks? Because apparently he was taking out cash. He was taking out millions of cash a day.
Yes. Everyone out here is quite corrupt. Everyone can be bought. Everyone has a price. I do not know much about the British financial system, but I don't know if anyone can just walk into the bank with £100,000 and wouldn't trigger investigation, or withdraw £100,000 and wouldn't trigger any form of investigation. So I feel it's the whole system, the system of the republic they served at that time was too corrupt. Everybody's looking for what they can take home. Their take home.
I see. That's an interesting one. Okay, so it's sad that people.
But what's your take on it, though? I mean,
my take is
I'm so angry. I have to control myself.
I'm also very angry because it's mind-boggling to the detriment of the many poor.
7.9 million. Do you know how many roads? There are schools in Ghana, villages that don't have schools.
And then what upsets me most is that they will be driving and cruising and showing off in the street, the capital,
and oppressing the people.
Look at them and thinking they are rather failures. And
but what do you take? What's your take on what Yao said? Yao, the podcaster, said.
Yes.
That he felt entitled.
Well, and
I'm not sure whether he can go more.
I think we need to expand the Insawan prison and jail these top
Of course.
or the
Of course.
leadership from the top, and that will serve as a detriment to those below. So that can change quickly.
Now you're in Ghana. The two people that are in Ghana. The thing is, even because some people are saying that it would drag on for 4 years. I don't think Mahama is very serious, in my opinion, from what I can see. I don't think he has the choice. He needs to deliver. How about seizing their assets? For me, I want those assets to be seized, whether they jail them or not. I mean, I think. Okay. I mean, what's your thinking on that one? Because in the past, they don't seize assets.
Oh yes, definitely. As I said, it should be seized. Those houses should be seized. If you look at the issue of Gifty Asari and the National Service Scheme, Mahama directed that their assets should be frozen and seized until the investigation is completed. But he hasn't said anything on this one. The arrest, the woman was just given a bill last 2 weeks with a very huge amount, about 80 million Ghana cedis bill, and she was just able to meet the bail conditions 2 days ago before she was ready to go home. But I think this is a test for Mahama. If he doesn't take radical actions, radical approach against this, Ghanaians can no longer take this, and Ghanaians can no longer take this, and there's going to be an uprising, which will bring the Fourth Republic to an end. Because the anger is boiling, and people can no longer control their anger, what you have.
Right?
Yes. The anger is boiling up. And they are not careful, it's going to trigger a revolution in Ghana, and that will bring the Fourth Republic to an end.
Okay, so Nanaya, at the moment, or should I
say the
podcast, yeah?
Yeah, but for now, can we say yeah? Because you have the podcast.
Yes, please.
Okay, so do you feel the same way, the anger boiling among the public? Is that the case from your angle? Yeah.
Yes, please. I feel very agitated. The reason being that the people that are supposed to serve us are the ones that are actually intimidating us and suppressing us, which is not supposed to be that. I know that in the well-developed countries like the United Kingdom and America and others, when you are being elected to political power, you are literally a slave to the government or a slave to the people. So how dare you become an oppressor? These are people that steal the money and they don't even do anything proper with it. They give it to their girlfriends, buy luxury vehicles, do nonsensical stuff, excuse my language. So I feel the truth being told that there should be some form of, you know how the principle of cause and effect works. For every action, there is the opposite and equal reaction. There should be some consequential effect. If it's a jail term, if it's something that would, there should be a deterrence that would literally deter other people from doing the same thing when they ever emerge to political power.
I think the first time in Ghana, Mahama, because everybody's saying, oh, well, the NDC is just as bad, the NPP, I'm not interested in the party. Right now, I'm looking at the leader. I think the first time in Ghana, there has to be somebody has to be set as an example. It has to happen.
Somebody has to be a scapegoat.
It has to happen. They need to seize all the assets. Like this 27 houses. I think if this was USA or UK, those assets would have been seized.
Of course.
I feel
it should be seized by the president.
Just start speaking. Is that
I feel. Oh. I feel there should be some conditional clauses in accordance with the Constitution where it would trigger certain things to happen. When I feel, for instance, when
Go ahead, you okay?
I think we've lost it out. Let me go to Teddy. Teddy.
Yeah.
I know you felt the way the Attorney General.
Let me finish my I said
okay.
I said the Attorney General is whipping emotional sentiments against the accused person who hasn't been charged. Secondly, I think by so doing, it's going to be extremely difficult for a judge who's going to sit on the case. I feel that judge will also be under pressure. If the case goes to court, looking at things objectively, and he's found guilty, then that's fine for me. But I think the briefing and wasn't necessary, because the point is, if today you ask Ghanaians who listen to the briefings, their views, I'm telling you, 99.9% will say the guy is guilty, and the guy has not been given the platform to put up a rebuttal, and I think it's against natural justice. And if you ask me, I think the previous Attorney General and the current Attorney General, they've sacrificed criminal jurisprudence for the sake of political expediency. Now, politics is the game. Any other thing is secondary. That's my opinion.
Okay, let's take a cue from Dr. JB.
Okay, Mr. Honorable Teddy, my opinion in view about this issue is quite contradictory to what you said. I don't think the Attorney General was being emotional. I think being factual, because when he made the press briefing conference, he was able to back the allegations with evidence, documented evidence. The Attorney General was able to give an evidence of the bank transfer when the transfer was done, from account number to account number, from account name to account name, and when the transfer was done. And I've been able to retrieve document from the bank indicating he and the wife bear in the sync into to the account. And I think that evidence to show of when the transfer was done, he did the transfer, and there are facts and evidence to prove. The funds which were approved by the board or authority that was supposed to be transferred to Israel for the software, it wasn't transferred, and it ended up giving excuse why the software has not been transferred. So Teddy, you have a point, but I think the Attorney General was able to buttress the allegations he made with evidence to prove that indeed money was transferred from a public account to his private account, in which he and the wife bears the signatory to the account, and that's criminal. It's unfair to the people of Ghana.
Let the courts take that. The best forum is not public opinion. The best forum is not briefing to the public. The best forum is the court of law. That is the best forum, whereby both parties will be given the opportunity to put their case across. There will be an argument and a counter argument. The reason why I'm saying this is that in Ghana, we follow the British system. We have the adversarial system, whereby you have an independent judge who is a referee, and the two combatants, the prosecuting and the defense, battling out issues. The opposite of that is the inquisitorial system, whereby, so now what he is doing is adopting an alternative to the adversarial system, and that's the inquisitorial system. In the adversarial system of the British system that we've adopted, it is the prosecution proving its case beyond reasonable doubt, and the defense rebutting. So the prosecution has to prove their case. In the inquisitorial system, it's the opposite. In the inquisitorial system, it is the defense that has to prove her innocence. That's what he's doing now.
Can I interject? Your analysis is good because you've got to be objective and balance it. But you mentioned the court system here. There is no way. What I found in especially the police in the court system here, the police will never come out and admit that this person did this person did that without having evidence. The Attorney General would not have come out because this government is all about transparency. Mahama promised that.
I'm not interested in it. I'm not interested in it. I'm not interested in the transparency. I'm not interested in the Attorney General having evidence. All I'm saying is it is the right forum. The best place is the court of law. At the moment, we've only had one-sided argument. One-sided. As to whether he has evidence or not is immaterial. The defense.
Teddy.
Why he hasn't come out to speak? So Teddy's making a point there.
Well, but at the end of the day, the Attorney General hasn't actually convicted the.
No.
But he's
Once
come up with the research. He's come up with the research.
Because if we want to move forward,
but no. The point is there hasn't been the defense. The defense has said nothing. The defense have not been given the chance. The guy has not been given the chance to say a word, to rebut or agree or consider he's guilty or what. The best place, in my opinion, is the court of law.
Yeah, but Teddy, I am quite a bit baffled.
No, but Boahin hasn't come out to say something. What's the reason? What's the reason?
Yeah, Boahin has come out through his associates. His defense lawyers have come out.
Oh, the lawyers.
Yes,
okay,
they have come out. They raise the issue of this human right and all this natural justice.
And of course, but that's unless you don't agree with the court system. Unless you don't agree with the court system. If you believe in the system, it's fairness, isn't it? It's fair. The issue to do with fairness. I am not interested in the Attorney General having a whole amount of evidence or doc. I'm not interested in that. All that I'm saying is the best forum is the court of law. You have the judge sitting there, the guy's plea will be taken as to whether it's the procedure, whether it's guilty or not guilty. It's guilty.
I don't get his point.
Yeah, but there will be a court. Of course, he's not.
Yeah, but why now? What? It's premature. It's premature now for the guy. All I'm saying is, look.
It's your problem. Can I speak, please?
Yeah.
We're having a conversation here. It's your problem.
The transparency.
It's your problem that the Attorney General came out to say that we have, because he's got evidence. So he's come out to say that we have arrested this guy for this and such, but it's going to go to court. So is that your problem? The fact that it came out in public? Explain.
Let me give you finish.
Teddy, you've spoken a bit. Let's go to your other
colleagues.
Yao, what's your take from this aspect of transparency being challenged and the human rights and natural justice issues being raised by Boahin's lawyers and Teddy?
So what I have to say in linkage to what Mr. Teddy said is that Ghana politics feels like a Colombian drug cartel, whereby it's vertical integration order. There are people always in charge that we do not even see. So who are these people in charge? And why are these people, why do they feel, or why does he feel he's entitled to a lawyer? And will the jurisprudence of the constitutional effect, will it not be manipulated or not? Because we know these people. The friend to the judge is the friend to his dad and his classmates to something. So I feel there should be appointed judges that would sit on the panel that would judge the case. It shouldn't just be sent to the appeal or the high courts. There should be assignment of judges and even clerks that will sit on the case, so that the ordinary Ghanaian will see how effective the Mahama government have said they are going to be very, very open and make sure that justice is accorded accordingly. So with what Mr. Teddy is saying, there can be some ambiguities to what he's saying, because the whole issue can be manipulated, and this is not the first time. Issues of corruption come up, then the case dies off, no one hears about it again.
Yeah, we don't want that anymore.
His point he's putting across over there is very valid. You get it? We are very, very myopic people. We like to speak the truth in dark corners. We don't speak the truth.
How
did they deal with cases in Ghana?
Yeah, but the case hasn't gone to court yet. You see. No, one second. So if the case hasn't gone to court, and there is, allegation of malfeasance, corruption, fraud, deception, which falls under the criminal law, because this is never a civil law. Okay, it's going to be a criminal law.
Please.
That falls under the threshold of beyond reasonable doubt, not a balance of probability.
Please.
Now, if there's a reset, a civil revolution, a reset for Ghana's corruption, which Mahama has embarked on. And we have so many corruptions and the rots with this, what do you call it, the oral, also ongoing. And the Attorney General feels that he wants Ghanaians to know and also want
what they're up to, what they're doing.
he wants to come out with a transparency aspect, openness, so that people will not feel that people are being politically, targeted and also being vindictive as well. So the thing hasn't gone to court. So why would a judge who has to base his judgment on facts before any at least judgment could come true? So I don't get it. Why, if the institution wants to be transparent enough for the people to also know what is going on, or else do you want the Attorney General and the whole system and the institution to be quiet?
No, but I think what Ted is saying is
I get it. But what I'm saying is that should the Attorney General and the system be quiet, and then they
do it behind the scene?
Behind the scene, wouldn't that rather encourage corruption, where people would rather go pay bribes to judges?
I know, but what Ted is saying is that because this has come up, this Adubuahene has already been judged.
No, he hasn't been judged.
So
it's only the court that can judge him.
So when
public opinion.
JB, what's your take on that?
Looking at how they saw happening, he was actually arrested. By the NIB, which is the National Intelligence Bureau, formerly BNI. And in a criminal case, either you're arrested by the police or the BBNI. It is actually a mandate. It's actually a mandate for the BNI or the police to let the public know what's happening. Sometimes looking at this case of interest to the public. So I don't think there's anything wrong for the Attorney General of the NIB or the Ghana Police for us to know what is actually happening. I think it's an issue of public interest, but it has got to do with public funds. The Attorney General organized a press conference and brief us what is happening at that ministry. There's nothing wrong with that. Besides, all ministries regularly within a time intervals organize a press briefing and tell us what the ministry is doing. The Minister of Finance have been doing this, and other ministries have been briefing the people of Ghana what they are doing, proceeding so far, and whatever they are doing. So if the Attorney General also do the same thing and brief the people of Ghana, prosecutions they are about to do, the cases they are handling, and let us brief the people of Ghana about what's happening, I don't think they have done something so strange. But with this peculiar instance, they were able to back it with evidence. So I don't think they have done anything wrong.
I mean, like we said, even though he's been arrested and charged, he's still innocent.
Has he been charged?
They have to bring charges before they can take him to court. So therefore, the due process will have to be followed. And I'm sure that the court system will be proven right or wrong if the system is corrupt due to this case, because now the public is going to watch and see, is the case being backed by facts? Is there any evidence? Is there any exhibits? And can they prove beyond reasonable doubt?
No, but the Attorney General does seem to have some evidence, because the accounts were cloned. Exactly.
Yeah, I know, but what I'm saying is that the public now is aware of the situation. So the public now cannot go and say that the man is being victimized after being, being exposed.
No, but there's another issue right now is that in the past, anytime that somebody was corrupted, like for example, our colleague said that it would drag on for years and then they let go. But even I've said that if this drags on, I'm going to fly to Ghana. I'm going to stand outside with a placard. And I mean it.
All right. Let First Lady to be in Ghana with a placard.
No, this shouldn't drag on. Because that's what they do. Because Muhammad's going to be under pressure, like our learned colleague said, doctor said. And that.
So let me ask Teddy. Teddy, would you rather prefer this to be held?
No, people are saying that they don't trust the system. that is going to drag on.
Yeah, the
so
system
Mahama
is corrupt.
No, but Mahama has to show. This shouldn't take on. This should be done within a year.
Yeah.
It should not go into 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. No. And
Okay, let's go to
6 months.
Access needs to be This shows me that there's money in Ghana.
Yeah.
It's not only this Adubuahine thing. There's the East there. Ghana is not poor. All those. What about that woman that stole 54 million? Is Mahama going to say something about that one? What's her name?
Yes, that is the lady who had the money. And
yes, but where's that money? Can someone tell me the people that live in Ghana?
That case was being prosecuted. He never. Yeah, you were saying something, Teddy.
No, he was saying something. Well, all I'm saying is that the procedure. Let's follow procedures. That's all. Let's follow procedures.
Yeah, that's what that
Yeah,
was.
let's follow procedures. And I think that
properly.
I think we all have our personal opinions, but I mean, transparency is very key. And looking at the Ghana judicial system, I mean, come on.
They don't say anything.
It's
very corrupt.
Very corrupt. Very corrupt. Because we know cases where lawyers will go to judges' houses
and make a deal.
Make a deal and bribe them before it even comes to court. So all these things are very bad. But we hope that we can sanitize the judicial system for the better. But I mean, if within 2016 and then 2025, or between somewhere around 2022, 2021, I think Doctor was following the case very well, can give us the breakdown. And this man can buy 27 houses in a day. And he never bought the 27 houses prior to him becoming the deputy minister. It is a very interesting case, really. But we thank God we are in a civilian rule. Due process will be followed. His defense lawyers will have a chance in courts, and we'll see what transpires. But
for me, I want those assets. This national service, this Adubuahine.
Yes.
I want those because we need that money. That all those money that we've seen, that means there's money in Ghana.
So if he's a deputy,
there are schools there are villages that do not have water, no school. I get so upset. It's mind-boggling. It's the wickedness of it.
Okay, so let's look at we are still on the Dubai one. We're gonna be, going to the other issues. But the Dubai one, if he, as a deputy, can have certain amount, do all these, what about the rest of over 100 plus ministers?
Exactly.
And then the rest. I mean, this is serious.
Yeah, but the Adubuahine apparently that's just a small office.
Yeah.
So the bigger office, they've got a job anyway. All I want is those assets to be seen.
Let's look at another sample.
We don't want them to arrest Akufo-Addo.
Let's look at
him as well.
Yeah, at the moment, I think Akufo-Addo has got immunity, and I think after 3 years, he can be arrested. I think
it's more than that.
Come again?
I think it's more than that.
Okay, we need to reference that. Yeah.
Yes.
In the immunity.
So his assets cannot be looked at. What about the money he gave his children?
Yes.
So that cannot be looked at.
No, it could be looked at. But he himself, as a former president, has an immunity for a bit.
What do you call it? Is it constitution? Can that not be changed? That needs to be changed.
I think it's after 8 years.
8 years.
But that's a bit too lengthy. Yeah. Yeah.
Can that be changed?
But we need to look at that.
It took that time before ex-president Rawlings was called to the National Reconciliation Commission. Yes. So it was that's how lengthy it was before.
Rawlings never waited 8 years before the reconciliation. I think the date we need to be corrected. Doc, do you have any?
No. Yes. Now, this is the law. The law says that after the president has left office, within the first 4 years, if you have to try him, you have to try him. After the 4 years, he has indemnity. After the 4 years, so if you have to try him, it's between now and the next 4 years. That's the only period you can try him. But after the 4 years, he has indemnity forever. You cannot try him and arrest him. That's it.
I I'm still of the view that
So
we
he has to
need
be.
to.
So he has,
Yeah. So yeah, within this period, yeah, he can be arrested and arraigned before court. But after 4 years, he cannot be arrested. You have indemnity that protects him after 4 years from now.
Looking at this gargantuan corruption,
And
Ghanaians.
also,
Yeah, go on.
yes, and also point of correction. This Adubuahin isn't a minister, deputy minister. He was the director of the National Signal Bureau, or formerly that's the National Bureau of Communication, NBC. So he's not a deputy finance minister. His brother One Adubuahin was the deputy finance minister, and this Kwabena Adubuahin was the director of the National Signal Bureau. So the two brothers, 7 different positions.
Okay, so Doc, what you are saying is that we had his father as a former flag bearer.
Yes.
Then you have the brothers, one deputy finance, and then one heading a big department.
Yes, a different department, which is the NSB, National Signal Bureau.
It
National Signal Bureau.
Ghana has a big problem there. So it means that it is the people who have positions that are destroying the very fabric of the finance system of the country. To the
of course, the same thing. Yes.
It's so sad. Anyway.
So what happened that he was supposed to use that money to actually procure a software from Israel, and that software was actually meant for the national security and the military and the police to be able to monitor phone calls in and out of the country. And when he received it, he registered another company with the same name as the NSB and transferred the money to that account.
so essentially, he put the Ghana, the security of Ghana, at risk.
Of course, he did. That was it. Let's care about us. He doesn't care about us.
Yeah, let's move to another
Mahama needs to hire me to seriously. Mahama needs to hire me to sort this case.
I think you could see our first lady is so fired, isn't it?
I cannot stand injustice.
Of course, she's angry, and I think every million Ghanaian who are the country at will definitely be angry or not be happy with what's happening.
No, I'm coming to Ghana. No. Mahama needs to put me in charge of this case. Because I will resolve it.
Anyway, let's stick with the corruption still. Looking at the containers issue, the ECG, the doomsday electricity problems in Ghana, and
that's another criminal thing. So that's life.
So with the containers and the flights of the containers, Nana, give us a breakdown, and then we go to Teddy, and then we go to Doc. Nana.
So, with the issue of ECG, it still has to do with the issue of corruption, because 1 or 2 people have ganged up and decided to put their interest ahead of the interest of the nation. So basically that, I don't have much to say concerning that, but I feel, again, justice must prevail. Whoever is found guilty, whoever has done anything or has stolen any money that belongs to the nation and the improvement of the nation has to face the law like any other Ghanaian, not as someone that knows people at the topmost top. Justice has to prevail. That's all I would say.
Okay, Teddy.
Well, until the subjects are brought to court, I haven't got much to say. The people who are responsible should be brought to court. If they are found guilty, they should be sent to prison. If they are innocent, they should be discharged. That's all I will say.
Okay, Doc.
Okay.
Yeah.
The issue of this container purchase have been going on for quite a long time. I think this issue began somewhere to 2019, but the government over there didn't have interest because it was a cartel among them. According to the director of procurement at the UCG, I think he talked to the media. He said the agreement was that they were supposed to procure 1.3 billion Ghana cedis, but pressure and inflation from above made them increase it to 8 billion Ghana cedis worth of containers. So they bought more than what they were needed. And when the containers came out the port, ECG said they don't have the money to clear them. ECG don't have the funds to pay for the current. So the containers stayed at the port for several months and it accrued a demurrage of up to 1.5 billion Ghana cedis. Afterwards, the ECG awarded a contract to a private company to do the clearing of another 30 million Ghana cedis and made upfront payments. You understand what's going on? The ECG said it doesn't have the funds to actually cut the containers, but it has the funds to make it to pre-finance a private company to cut the containers at 30 million Ghana cedis, but it had that money. Afterwards, nothing happened, and the containers all of a sudden got missing. I've personally imported.
Let me come in here. Yeah. What's your take on that? Because how can containers fly out of the harbor without?
Yes, boss.
Yeah, go on. Yeah.
Yes, boss.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, please.
Okay, I'm saying, so containers have wings and they can fly out Tema Harbor without any documentation.
There is no way anyone can clear anything out of the harbor without documentation. So according to what Doc is saying, the issue of corruption is a high-profile corruption, because who was the person awarded the contract to? Because ECG is a government entity. So if they have awarded the contract to someone to clear to have a clearance at the cost of 30 million Ghana cedis, who is the person and where is the money coming from? You get it? So the whole issue still boils down to corruption.
Okay.
And the mindset of corrupt people.
Yeah. So it means that Ghana really needs drastic measures to address this corruption thing, because the way
very drastic measures.
Yeah, because it seems
very
that
drastic, radical measures.
And so
radical.
Look, sometimes, when you mention about military rule and all those things, some people but it seems that sometimes these civilian rules are more even corrupt than this military.
Yes. And I can tell you for a fact that if Jerry John Rawlings was the president in Ghana till now, nobody will have the guts to do what they've done.
Absolutely.
Nobody will have the guts
to
do what they've done.
Nobody will understand the administration.
So it means that a lot of Ghanaians are feeling Jerry Rawlings then.
Of course. So you can even tell from the Ivory Coast president that came to Ghana recently at the inauguration ceremony of
the Burkina Faso.
Yeah, Captain
the
Torres.
Burkina Faso president. Sorry. Yes. You see how people, the youth party. I was there that day.
It was a massive uproar. Yeah.
I was there that day. Myself, I had chills.
Too much.
Yeah.
The sound and the noise, the uproar when they mentioned his name.
I was there that day and I had chills myself. You see where Ghana is going. If the youth gain the consciousness, trust me, there will not be any leader that is above 60 years old in Ghana again. And I feel that is the way forward if this Mahama administration doesn't do the needful.
Yeah. All right, interesting. Now, we've got.
No, I have to.
Yeah, go on.
I have to come back to your counteract what you've just said. There are some young people.
Can I finish my point? Can I finish my point, please?
Who was this? Was somebody
That's
speaking?
Doc.
Yeah, I don't
Doc, okay. I wanted to say. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, what I'm saying is that when it comes to issue at the port, I personally bought some items, imported a container before and cleared items. Whenever you import any item that will go to the port, the shipper of the goods, either China or wherever in the world, they're going to prepare custom declaration in the country. Then they will sell a bill of lading. So with the bill of lading, it will contain the container number, the tracking number, the shipping line, the amount, and the invoice. So you get a clearing agent. The clearing agent will forward it onto customs. It will be on the ICOMS or from process it. No item can come out of the port without going through all the due process. Yeah. No container cannot get missing. So if the containers have got missing, it implies the ECG connived with to actually start. So it's a cartel between the ECG authorities and the Ghana Customs and other import authorities. That is all.
Yeah.
So ECG is involved, you would say?
Of
A
course.
Chinese company to arrest some Chinese manufacturing company cables there. They to arrest who stole the company to them. As simple as that.
Yeah, so what I'm saying is that it's a massive fraud. Okay?
No, but didn't let me finish.
Yeah, go on.
I want to come back to what Yao said about the youth. The thing is, right, I don't think it's an age thing. If somebody can be whatever age, as long as they're conscientious and they are righteous and they care for the people. So I don't think we should, because some youngsters are wanting to come in and make money as well. This guy's in it just 42 years. What's his name?
34
he's the speaker for MPP. He's the minority speaker for MPP. Yeah, I mean he's 42, and he's been accused of, or allegedly accused of being part of this. So I don't.
Well, he was it a board?
He was the
chairman for the ECG. So why? Let's look at this briefly, and then we can run up in a minute or two. Yeah. Do you think the Freemasonry, the judicial system, and the elites in the echelon of powers are to blame for this canker? Because it seems that this, fabric of corruptions in millions of dollars. We're not talking about somebody steals a plantain in Ghana and he goes to his own prison. What is stopping us from arresting this law?
We can answer that first.
Yeah, go on.
So when it comes to them, because majority of them are part of this Freemasonry, Brotherhood, whatever, and I know a bit about that. I think Freemason, when you first enter, they said, oh, you can be any denomination, blah, blah, blah. You can be whatever you want. But when you go to the second level, that's when the secret really stands in. That's where you're really swearing to the devil. As far as I'm concerned, that's what it is.
Look, so this cartel needs to be broken.
No, but if you're Freemasonry, you will not have empathy. That's how I see it. You will not have an empathy for humanity. That's what I've seen.
And another twist to this.
Well, the African Freemasons anyway, because in United Kingdom Parliament, majority of them are Freemasons, but they're developing United Kingdom.
Until we start arresting the elite and the leaders, as an example, really, really as an example, and letting out those plantain and Banshee thieves out of prison, replacing them with this elite.
I know, but you're going off track. You asked the question. Do you think because majority of them are part of this brotherhood thing, Freemason, probably occult and all that?
No. What I'm saying is that until we start arresting, getting convictions in the court, and making sure they serve their sentence, then, like Yao said, we are not careful, we'll end up with another revolution. This time, that revolution will be massive, maybe quadruple the Jerry Rawlings one, because we've got Ibrahim Traore showing the way. You understand? And people are really angry to take the mantle on. And whoever does the coup
I think
today
Abraham is showing the way because it's not. I have to ask him one day. I don't think it's part of any occult thing.
All right. So, guys, it's been a great conversation. We could carry on as long as we want. But like you said, we've all got attend various jobs, So let me go to Teddy. Teddy, you've been quiet today. There was active person, on this program today. You've been a bit quiet. Teddy, can you run up for us? Just a minute.
Teddy's
run up, yeah?
Teddy's talking his voice.
Yeah. Well, if on the issue of corruption, I take I look at it from a bigger perspective. I think it's fair to say this: we are a reflection. I've said it before. We are a reflection of our culture and our society. So if it's not, we only talk about those at the top. But believe me, the public sector, the rot is from up down. Everybody in the public sector, how should I say, is corrupt to an extent. What the headmaster in the secondary school, a child doesn't get a grade, he gets bribed. Isn't that corruption? The market woman selling they call it the Olonka of Gary. She says she has a hole beneath the you have a metal thing. She has a hole beneath it. As she fetches it, you see some coming out, so you don't get the full thing. What do you call that? Isn't that corruption? You have the person selling palm oil. She adds some things to it to make the color, make it colorful. Isn't that corruption? Are you going to blame President Mahama for it if this thing happens in the market? Are you going to blame Mahama if they
briefly address it? Tell me, how do you address it?
From the top.
That's the point I was trying to make.
I don't anyway.
No. Give us one or two holistic solutions for identifying.
I think it's not from the top. I think it's an attitude problem.
It has to be from because when the father does better, because the leaders are like more or less like our father.
Okay, let's go to Yao. Yao.
You know, if he does better, then it trickles down.
Yao, your take on that.
I feel the issue of corruption is purely greed, like Mr. Teddy said.
Yeah, greed. Yeah.
It's greed and the mindset of instead of working twice to make your money, they want to work once to earn as if they've worked 100 times. So basically, from my perspective and my experience from Ghana, I can just tell you that the corruption syndrome cuts across all fields, from school, work, high political institutions, even to the fuel station.
They did deliver.
You get it? Fuel people, the gas tank that fills the fuel is being filled in liters. Why don't people rather buy in liters, but they go and buy in currency?
Okay,
people do not understand.
Now, give us one or two holistic solutions to that.
The solution is, there should be exemplaries of people that would have the cause and effect of being corrupt. And you see, like the saying says, leadership starts at home. So the corruption, the change should begin at the top and the bottom to meet an equilibrium at the middle.
Yeah.
All right.
I feel
Dr. JB.
Hello. Okay. About the issue of corruption, I think it's actually multifactorial. One, democracy. Democracy will not help Africa to develop. Democracy is a system engineered by the Western imperialists, the Jews, for Africa, in such a way that they can easily control and change government anytime they want. So if we're going to observe, sub-Saharan African countries which have adopted democracy keep on sinking and becoming very, very poor every day. No African country or any country have economically transformed and become independent by using multi-party democracy. The second one is the court system. People will not do the right thing because they know that this is the right thing. People will do the right thing based on the existence of a force or the existence of the consequences. And people know they can do the wrong thing and go ahead with it. Why not? They go and carry it out. You have a court system, a judiciary that is so corrupt, that has been in bed with MPP since the Fourth Republic. And that has actually made corruption to actually stay. Because MPP still know that they have the court on their side, so they can still and go away with it. So it's multiple factors that can come together, and Mahama has to take radical actions to clean the system from the judiciary to the police and make sure that things work. Otherwise, we are going to end the Fourth Republic.
Okay, thank you so much, gentlemen. It's been a pleasure, First Lady.
Nice to meet you all.
Okay,
nice to meet you all.
On this
Nice
note,
to meet you too.
we are reminding all you guys that on the 19th of April, all the way in the United Kingdom, London, on the Foster Road, there is what we call the biggest, massive gospel show taking place in London. And of course, make sure you don't miss it. It's Easter Saturday on the 19th of April 2025.
No, before we go, it's a shame we didn't. Maybe next time. I wanted us to discuss this, which I'm very disappointed, and this gentleman that made Richard Lee Amakwe. I don't know when we can, because
we can discuss it in the course of the week.
Yeah, because we've got a gentleman like that, and I can't believe the envy, the jealousy is crazy. So it would be nice to discuss that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, gentlemen, once again, thank you.
People hate what they don't understand out here.
Go on.
Pardon?
Go on, Yao.
With regards to Richard Niamakwe, I can just tell you for free that people hate what they don't understand.
Yeah, because he's done a big part in the. You've got a man in Ghana that's done the biggest party probably in the whole of Africa. It's crazy. We need to be happy for people. So I just wanted to discuss that, and I don't know, maybe.
Can I add something?
Yeah.
Well, I think on that issue as to what I liked about the whole thing is the money or the party or whatever, the money circulated within the country in the sense that he awarded contracts to Ghanaian companies, so cleaning companies, hospitality. So you realize that. So the point is, if as one would say, if the politicians, even if they're still within reason, and they spend the money within the country, employing people, who am I to judge a drug dealer employing people from my hometown? Who am I to judge him?
If what Pablo Escobar did.
I listened to his history, how he started, and we can discuss it next time.
Well, how he made his money. Well, there's a bit of contradictions here and there, but the point is, it's not for me to judge him. You have people who make illicit money, and they clean their acts, and they become law-abiding citizens.
Yeah.
And they create jobs. They employ people. They create jobs. And as Kenneth Japan said, they said 85% of the successful businessmen in Ghana, they started with drugs. But the fact of the matter is, are they still into drugs? Are they still into drugs? They have legitimate businesses that they pay tax.
Yeah.
And they have now genuine, respectable people in society. So it's neither here nor there.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for your indulgence. We appreciate you guys. We'll continue the greatest show on earth. Current affairs, trending news and issues, of course, entertainment and sports, and then Pan-Africanism.
Thank you.
Once again, and hook up again. Okay? Stay blessed.
Thank you. Stay blessed too.
Good night. Bye-bye.
Good night. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Yeah, this new Quay, we need to